What's up, duelists? A little bit of exciting news today. We've got the OTS tournament pack number 23 coming out in October. Sure, normally these OTS packs don't have anything for you guys, don't have anything for the Edison players. Of course, they had Caius in one of them as like a comment or something. But this one's actually really exciting. We get a full ultimate rare in Enemy Controller. Now, it's nice because Enemy Controller does have applications in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! So they're kind of 2-for-1ing, hitting both markets. But it's really cool to see, and let's be honest, an Edison pick here for an ultimate rare. Really, really sick recognition there. I'm super excited for this. I believe the ultimate rare Enemy Controller is probably going to look incredibly nice. It's the nicest rarity we've gotten for a card like this in a very long time. So exciting to see stuff like, you know, Edison get some love in the OTS packs. And then, of course, the second exciting part of this video is this Flamvell skill drain assault mode list that got top 8 at a tournament in Italy. I believe it was a pretty big tournament. The guy went X1 in Swiss as well, so he did pretty well. I think he went like 5-1 or something. His name is Carlo Cesena. I just want to shout out the deck creator. Now, there's some obvious things that stick out to me. First things first, 41 cards. How do we feel about 41 cards? I personally think it's all right because it means you're going to brick on double assault mode slightly less. There's already a lot of redundancy in this deck. Chaos Endmaster and Flamvell Firedog are functionally the same card, so you have 6 starters instead of 5 to make up for the fact that you have 41. And then on top of that, you have like a bunch of like tuner plus non-tuner guy, and then just like steal effect and sweeper. Like, you have enough redundancy that it's fine to play 41, but I think just to not brick on the Stardust Assault modes, playing 41 is actually not a bad thing. Not immediately a bad thing. The sideboard is also very interesting. We have 3 Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, 3 DD Crow, 1 Nobleman, 2 Bottomless. So we have 9 cards that banish, but we also have 3 Imperial Iron Wall. Something you definitely have to take into consideration when siding Imperial Iron Wall is how many cards am I siding in that banish? And if you're siding in those Imperial Iron Walls, is it going to conflict with those cards that banish? Definitely something to think about. Now, Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer and Imperial Iron Wall are integral parts to Assault Mode. Ooh, accidental zoom. Assault mode strategies because they prevent your opponent's DD Crow from banishing your assault mode after you've negated something. So you need these cards in the sideboard of assault mode decks in general. But yeah, for the most part, like it's a little bit sus to side cards that banish with cards that stop banishing usually. I'm gonna try this deck out. I've never played a game with it. This is his exact list, card for card. I think it looks fine. I don't think there's anything like super crazy wrong with it. I personally have preferred playing Rescue Cat plus Airbellum plus Monk in this list over Flamvell Firedog, because the issue with Flamvell Firedog is it's a 4-axis card, and while it is a 1-card Stardust, which is more than you're normally getting, Stardust Assault mode is winning you the game if you're down a card usually. So it usually doesn't matter if you're down a card. And then on top of that, you can proactively go for the Stardust Dragon using the Rescue Cat engine, as opposed to the Firedog. You can't really proactively go for it. You have to like have your opponent have a monster that you can destroy by battle. And then on top of that, the Rescue Cat engine helps you going first. And then you have the 5 stars, a lot of 5 stars, and the 3 stars from the Rescue Cat combo nicely with the 5 stars. Whereas like if I draw Flamvell Magician in this deck, it's just bad. Like, it's actively just bad. We're just going to pass here. There's no reason to reveal what we're on. There's no reason to do anything. We can drop Gores if he attacks me. I have Trunade into Firedog into Assault mode next turn, or Trunade into Firedog, or Chaos End into Assault mode next turn, depending on how he wants to play it. Set 4 is unique. It is a unique strategy. I'm going to take this as an opportunity to attack with something, but I'm not really sure what. Or maybe I will not be attacking with something. Perhaps I will simply be setting a monster, and I think the monster I want to set... Ooh, we could attack with Assault Beast. That's not a bad choice. What decks normally set 4? That's a good question. It's usually like Glad's, Blackwings, Hero Beat. I think attacking with an Assault Beast here is absolutely acceptable. Let's go ahead and swing for 19. This is getting in some initial pressure, just using our cards. Bottomless Trap Hole, perfect. Honestly, just wanted to trade back row for my card that I was probably going to end up discarding anyway. So there we are. Here comes Upstart Goblin. So more likely Blackwings than Hero Beat, but I have seen Hero Beat play Upstart Goblin. I think it's bad, but I have seen them play it. 6 Samurai, okay. Okay, that's interesting. That's not what I was expecting. But this situation is very good for us. We get to summon Gores, have a 1700 token, which is very nice. And then on our next turn, we can Trunade into Fire Dog and win the game immediately. So this is kind of what I was talking about. Oh, we could also Mind Control. I think resolving Fire Dog is better and holding the Mind Control play, because that's more of a comeback play. So yeah, we'll go Trunade here. Pretty easy stuff. Let me see. Is this an OTK if we Mind Control? We have 4,400 plus 14 or plus 28. It's not quite an OTK, so there's no real reason to do that. I think the answer is just go Fire Dog. I think that's the answer. Get value out of our Fire Dog while we can. Take 200. So we went minus on the Giant Trunade, but we're going plus on a lot of these other cards. Like Gores is a plus, the Fire Dog is a plus, and Battle is a plus. So we're now up 8 cards, but we are going to go down a bunch of cards because I'm going to Synchro. So this is like a -1. And then we're going to activate Assault Mode, activate in his draw step. And so that's another -1. Yeah, so pass the turn. We don't even really have to activate Assault Mode, activate. But I'm going to, because I want to negate Gateway if he has it. I don't like Gateway. I think that card's too powerful. So I'll go Assault Mode, activate. Also, if he has Dimensional Fissure, I want to be able to negate that. Oh, it's not in the extra deck. It is in the main deck. There we go. Yeah, so if he activates Dimensional Fissure or like Macrocosmos or something, I will want to negate it. Although the 6 Samurai deck shouldn't be playing Macrocosmos. It should be playing Dimensional Fissure. So despite going up a bunch of cards, we are now back at even cards, but we have this repeatable Omni Negate, and it will just be very difficult for him to win. Because he has to answer all of these potent threats. Gores is very good versus 6 Samurai, so is the Assault Mode monster. And even the 1700 token can be a problem for him if his setup is like Yaichi or Keimon, or even another Iroh is not very good here because it has to crash with the token. He didn't activate any of the like Bushido counter cards before summoning this Iroh, so I'm pretty sure he just doesn't have it. I think he just has like a pretty heavy back row setup situation here. He's thinking for a very long time, and then he's probably going to concede. Usually people don't think this long unless they're not going to concede. So, yep. Okay. Spirit of the 6. Special Summon Grandmaster. Okay. So, activate Dimensional Fissure. This we will negate. So we're going to negate the Dimensional Fissure. He can equip the Spirit, run over the token, and draw a card. So that's pretty good. That's legitimately pretty good. But again, like, we have Mind Control. We have Stardust to negate any piece of interaction besides maybe Solemn Judgment. And then we're probably just winning because Stardust Assault Mode comes back, and that's it. You know, it's just the way it goes. We're going to take 900. We're going to lose our token. He is going to draw a new card. But I think we're still okay. I think we're still okay here. Pretty good comeback setup from him, though. He did have the D-Fissure. Okay, set back row, makes sense. Set another back row, pass the turn. We get our Assault Mode back. Draw for turn. It's honest. Wow, that's insane. That's very good. So that means we can summon the Chaos End Master without really being afraid. I'm going to summon it. I'm going to Mind Control his monster. He's going to be forced to like Solemn this shit or something. And then he's going to concede. Okay, cool. Nice. So we resolved our Fire Dog. We resolved our Assault Mode activate. And that went really well. Everything else, can't really complain about. I'm going to side out Skill Drain. I don't think it's very good versus matchup. I'm going to side in Dust Tornado. I think it's very good versus matchup. I think that's about it, really. We could also do Iron Wall to prevent the Dimensional Fissure, which is probably good enough. I don't think he has anything that's going to proc Road. I'm going to be honest. So I'm going to do Iron Wall over Road. I'm going to do Iron Wall over Mirror Force, because Yaichi makes Mirror Force look silly. And I'm going to do Iron Wall over one other card. I'm just not sure what. We're going second, so I do like having both Cyber Dragons. I might side in the other Cyber Dragon too. He knows about Gores, and I don't think Gores is like exceptionally good against the 6 Samurai deck. So we could side it out. It also doesn't really contribute to our combo. But it's Gores, you know, let's be real. He's really good. Let's just leave him in. You can side out 1 Magician, but he works with the steel effects. There's a lot of level 4 Samurai. I still think siding out 1 Magician is absolutely okay. And then I'm going to side out 1 other card, and I'm just not sure what it is. Let's just do 2 Iron Walls. I don't want to brick on them. We'll do Cyber Dragon over Magician. I think that's totally fine. You don't need the 3rd Magician here. Like, yeah, it makes your Mind Control, Brain Control better, but those cards are going to be good no matter what. This hand works. Yeah, we just clear the back row, and then we resolve Endmaster, and we get a Stardust going. We just have to be careful of a few different things. Obviously, this guy needs to send something to the graveyard. So if he's able to stick a Defissure through our 3 spot removal spells, that'd be pretty good for him. I'm not going to lie. All right, Psychic Commander. That's a pretty bad draw. He also didn't put a monster into play for us to use Endmaster on. So I think we're just going to play this one nice and slow. We're going to set 3 back row, and we're just going to pass. We're both down a summon, but, you know, here we are. We're vibing. Chilling and vibing, if you will. Both chilling and vibing. Gateway of the 6. Okay. That card is annoying, but sure. Yeah, that's fine. So he gets 2 counters here. Attack for 1600. We'll take it. It's fine. We have to be careful of this gateway. That card's a problem. Set a new back row. Okay. Well, let's take out one of these at random. Let's just see. Let's just see what it is. We're going to blind dust into 4 back row. Chain compulsory. That's pretty good. That's not what I was expecting at all. That does give him a little bit more value. Here. In that case, I think I will just take my turn. Okay, Oracle of the Sun is good. That'll let us make a Starbucks Dragon out of nowhere. I don't know what his back row are. I think we need to save one of these for Royal Oppression, and we need to use one of them on the gateway. So, I think we pass. I think we just pass. We will use one of the dusts on the gateway. It is a little bit infuriating, but here we are. I'm going to chain Dust Tornado on the gateway here. On the summon. He's going to use Solemn, and then on Resolution, he's going to protect his gateway. We're going to chain Typhoon. I'm going to Typhoon the gateway. I'm not going to save this. I don't want to take 40 bajillion damage this turn. I don't want a Grandmaster coming down. We can take 1600. It's like totally fine. This guy can special summon in defense position, so like we can do some cool shit with him. What does he do? When he's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Fire Ant Ass Eater. We could totally be playing one of those. So we have Flamvell Fire Dog, which is pretty good. We also have Oracle plus Commander, which gets Stardust into play under Bottomless. I think we're going to go with Fire Dog first. I think we're going to lead on Fire Dog and just see where this goes. He's going to let this happen. Okay, so now we're learning a little bit. We're learning he probably has Deep Prison, and he's probably going to be forced to use it. Yep, there it is. Okay, cool. So that means we don't have to make a Thought Ruler Archfiend later on. We could take a lot of damage this turn, but next turn I think we are pretty likely to resolve Guy. If he sets more back row here, it's a problem. That card is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Because, like, we can still... He didn't Bottomless the Fire Dog, right? So that means he doesn't have Bottomless, right? So if we go Oracle, Special and Defense... I just want to back row check him. This checks for Oppression, too, if he has it. Question mark. See if this is okay. He's letting this through. So we're going to normal Psychic Commander, I believe. Now it's much smarter to actually attack with the Commander first here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to attack with the Commander in case it is like Mirror Force. Then we'll activate his effect. And I'll pay the full amount. So he's going to take 300. I'll pay 500 to make him take 300 and banish his hand of the 6. That card is annoying. So that card gets banished. Main phase 2, I can go ahead and make a Synchro Monster. I think his last back row is Starlight Road. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and Synchro into Thought Ruler Archfiend, because under Dimensional Fissure, this guy's much harder to out. If he has Spirit plus Grandmaster, it's only 2600. It doesn't get over Thought Ruler Archfiend. If he draws another Deprison or a Compulsory, it does not out Thought Ruler Archfiend. So I think he is a much more resilient threat here. I think he handles things a lot better. I know the name of the game is Make Stardust Dragon, but when Dimensional Fissure is in play, it's just silly to do that. I'm going to go ahead and just swing. I don't want to get greedy into a potential Mirror Force. And I win next turn if he doesn't draw something, so here we are. This is also better if he plays Brain Control for some reason, so we don't get Brain Control reversaled. This card's good. This card is good. Rhoda, okay. So that's piece number 1. He must have just drawn that unless he was sandbagging. He might just be setting a monster to defend his life total here. He searches hand. Okay, that's interesting. That could mean Grandmaster is drawn. 6 Samurai United. Oh, he's going to try to rip Grandmaster. Okay. Interesting. This is a bit all in, but I understand it. Like, you're probably not coming back from this game. This is why you play Dimensional Fissure, not Macro, by the way. GG. Because under Dimensional Fissure, you can send United as cost to draw a card, but under Macrocosmos, you can't actually activate 6 Samurai United. So that's why you play Dimensional Fissure in this deck, but not Macrocosmos. That was a pretty easy matchup, I think. There was a few moments where, like, he definitely fucking threw. He choked the bag. I think he got way too greedy on Solemning the Dust Tornado to protect his Gateway. That did not make any sense. Like, his Gateway didn't matter to him winning that game. What mattered to him winning that game was just stopping my normal summons. So what he should have done was recognize that Solemn Judgment was one of the ways he stops my normal summon and forces damage in. And so he should have just let the Gateway die and taken that trade and then been up a Solemn Judgment. As it stands, like, he was down... User is left. Okay, weird. He was down 4,000 life points, and he was down, like, a lot of other stuff. And he lost to Solemn, which is probably the single best card in this matchup, like, versus Assault Mode decks. If I ever go for Assault Mode, it tributes for cost. So Solemn Judgment clears both my Assault Mode Activate and my Stardust Dragon for one card. It's, like, one of the best cards, and usually Stardust Dragon's made out of loss already. So it's usually a 3-for-1, if you can time it right. Knowing when to use your Solemn Judgment, pretty key versus these types of decks, and it can definitely be the difference between a win and a loss. Alright, this hand sucks balls because we drew double Magician. Again, I don't think you should be playing 3 Magicians in this deck, but I'm going to go ahead and set Brain Control and set Starlight Road. I think this is totally an acceptable starting point. I could have set Magician too. There's really no reason not to set it, but I didn't want him to, like, randomly attack into it and me just beat down a Magician like this. Like this. That is okay. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So we're going to take 1,400 here. This matchup is probably hard, but I'm not sure. Could be wrong about that. Gold Sark after setting. Huh. Weird. Imperial Iron Wall does a very good job versus this deck. They can't summon Red Med, pretty much. So it's just chilling and vibing hours, you feel me? I think this is just a pretty clear Black Rose. At least try to force a sweeper in which we can activate our Starlight Road. Book of Moon. Also happy about that being forced because we also have Mind Control. So we could still go for it. But I think at this point we have a 3rd Magician in the deck. I kind of want to get it out of the deck, and I kind of want to resolve just an 8-star Synchro. So I'm going to summon Flamvell Fire Dog, and I'm going to try to attack his monster. He probably has a Deprison. The deck usually plays 3. If he's playing my list, which, honestly, let's be real, he should be. Okay. Yeah, so Fire Dog, Mass Dragon. I'm Chain Link 1, so he resolves first. Not that it matters, because the only thing I can get is... you are Chain Link 2. Not that it matters because I can only get one thing, which is just Magician. And depending on what he gets, we can consider mind controlling it and synchroing with it. I may want to hold this mind control though. It just depends. I legit might just make a Colossal Fighter and say Prage, because that's where we're at. But who knows? Who knows? He gets Exploder Dragon. Okay, so that outs Colossal Fighter, which is annoying. Which means we could potentially just mind control that, synchro with that. Next turn, he's not getting Future Fusion. So option number 1 is just crash the Magician. I think I like that more. I think I'm just going to attack the Magician into the Exploder Dragon and just take the trade. This gets the dragon out of play, so he can't red med me. It leaves Fire Dog in play, so I can make an 8-star next turn. It preserves my mind control, and it allows me to do, like... It's just a better trade. Like, if I make Stardust and just pass, then he just banishes for red med and runs over my Stardust, and I lose everything. So as it stands, I think this is the best trade. He has one more turn on the Future Fusion. So that Future Fusion ideally will be too slow. If we draw a way to make Assault Mode next turn, we could be killing it. If not, then we're kind of in a tough spot, but I think this is okay. I actually think that this is okay. Just keeping the Exploder Dragon out of play for red med is good. New back row is good for us. Honest is good for us too, because that's a way to force damage. And that's really all I'm looking to do here is just force damage. So we're going to summon Flamvell Magician, battle phase, attack for 14, and then attack for 1900. And then main phase 2, this is where we consider our synchro options, right? And the answer is, do we synchro here? Probably. What do we synchro into? Probably Stardust Dragon. I think that's the safest one. Unless we're scared of brain control. If he has brain control, it's better to make Thought Ruler. But I think Stardust is the best one. He set a new back row. It's potentially bottomless. And yeah. He might be Solemning this. We don't know. If he Solemns this, that's perfect. That means Honest becomes lethal with mind control, probably. Probably, I don't fucking know. Okay. So he thinks about the Stardust. Just passes the turn. And yeah, here we are. He does get to add Future Fusion. That does mean we're facing down at least one red med in the M phase, if not 2. There's a stupid fly, and I'm trying to catch him. I'm like not paying attention to the game at all because I'm trying to kill this stupid fly. All right, Future Fusion activated. That is okay. Future Fusion resolves. So, issue number 1, he has Dragon Normal Red Med. We lose, pretty much. We lose this turn because he'll probably be like Red Med, bring out White Knight or Drago. And we just fucking lose. Issue number 2, he goes double Red Med, which is interesting. Not sure how we deal with that. Because I don't know if we can beat that, actually. I don't know if we can beat double Red Med on this board. We have to get really fucking lucky. Like, we have to draw, like, an Assault Mode activate or something. Maybe I should have made Colossal, but I, like, needed this dude. Like, I legit needed Starbucks Dragon. Yeah, that's fine. I wish our deck played Book of Moon, because then I could deal with Red Med. Heavy Storm. Where does that get us? Nowhere, unfortunately. No, wait, we win. I'm stupid. Stardust Dragon is a dragon type. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. I will Heavy Storm. Let's see what he does. Does he want to Starlight Road? Because we can negate that with Stardust Dragon. So if he goes Starlight Road, we negate with Stardust Dragon. Then we special Cyber Dragon, Mind Control Red Med, reanimate Stardust Dragon, Honest plus... Okay, he just lets this happen. It's totally fine. So here's the game plan, right? Right, folks? He did have Bottomless. Wow, okay, good shit. So we go Sacrifice for Cyber Dragon, Mind Control Red Med. Oh my god, this isn't game, is it? Oh, we are 100 off. That is so cringe. Activate Red Med. Bring out Stardust. That's really cringe. I thought this won. I mean, we had to do it, or else we lose. I mean, we're still, like, probably losing this game. He conceded? He conceded? He said that was clean? I was 100 off. That wasn't game. That's insane. That's insane. We take those. We take those. Oh my god, we take those. That was so lucky. No, you get red med back. You just win. You just win, LMAO. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that was so lucky. Holy shit. That's insane. Wow. Okay. Absolutely gigasacked. Okay. New to the format. Happens to the best of us. That was so lucky. Okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be having a conversation with my opponent. I should just be like focusing on the match. I'm going to set out Gores. Each loss is a lesson. Great way to look at it. Great way to look at it. Okay, so, yeah, Gores is shit. Here, they just go Drago. Same thing with Cyber Dragon Oracle, but we kind of need to have the Oracles for Chaos End targets, and Cyber Dragon serves a role, I guess. I think Shining Angel can come out, Cyber Dragon can come out. These three are probably the worst three cards, just because of Drago specifically. Skill Drain is an interesting one. I don't know if it's good. It's probably necessary. Yeah, it's probably necessary. And then it's like Dust Tornadoes for like rivalry and shit. I'll leave one Skill Drain, okay? I'll leave one. And I'll bring in one Dust Tornado. And that should be good. That should be good. He saw Road too, so I should probably side it out. That was insane. I did not deserve that win. We drew Assault Mode. This is going to happen quite frequently. Drawing one at least. We have Endmaster Honest, which is good. So if he doesn't have a heavy back row draw, we can go Endmaster Honest. Okay, so open up with Gold Sark with Future Fusion. Unfortunately, our deck doesn't fucking kill people that fast. Okay, double Gold Sark is better for us because that means he's less likely to have like crazy back row. Okay, Heavy Storm. Okay. Never mind. I was fucking lying. I was just fucking lying apparently because he has heavy back row. So here we are. I Fire Dog though. Wow, that was a great draw. Okay, so let's go Fire Dog swing. Let's just see if this works. It's not going to work, but I just want to try it. Oh. He did set 2 into his own Gold Sark Heavy Storm. That's a bit of a mistake, but he's getting his value here with the bottomless. I'm going to set Torrential because I'm going to use it. If he summons a monster, I'm going to Torrential. That's it. Like, end of story, that's happening. If he doesn't summon a monster, I'm only taking 1800. We're vibing. We're chilling and we're vibing. Next turn, if he gets his Heavy Storm and he sets more back row, he'll be forced to set into it. Now, a lot of stuff stops this Chaos Endmaster swing, but I kind of just have to go for it. I don't really have another option at this point. I have to do this. Do I have to do this? Hold on. I might not have to do this. Okay, let's see. If we go Psychic Commander, attack over Wyvern, next turn he gets Storm, he goes Storm, Future. Alright, let's do Psychic Commander. I think it's a little bit better. We'll save the Honest for a red med. He's thinking here, wow, he might have like a fucking Solemn or something. Whatever it is, he's incentivized to use it, because if he doesn't use it, he's going to have to Heavy Storm it away. So, that's it. Torrential Tribute. Makes sense. Okay, clearing both. Yeah. So, we got owned. We played into both back row, and he's going to be able to Heavy Storm Future Fusion us. And that's probably going to be the game. I don't really even know how else to say it. Goddamn. Brutal. Brutal game. Brutal game this is. There's a Heavy Storm. There goes our Torrential. Maybe I shouldn't have said it. But I wanted him to be forced to Heavy Storm, if that makes sense. Because, like, if I don't set it, then he just Heavy Storms on the turn after, you know what I mean? Like, he just doesn't have to Heavy Storm us. So, like, one way or another, he has to Heavy Storm here. He's going to send double Totem. That means he drew a Wyvern. He's sending double Red Med as well. Interesting. Not what I expected to see, but yeah. Okay. Sure. End phase, he can bring out the Red Eyes. If he brings out both, he risks losing to Brain Control, so he has to bring him in defense. Either way, we can make at least one 8-star here, but it's just not going to be enough. He has more back row too, which is bad. Okay. He's going to bring out both, and he's going to bring him out in attack position. It is a little bit telling about his back row, and we did draw Brain Control, which is the punish. So, I mean, this is why you bring him out in defense position. Oh my god, accidental zoom. Okay, again, like it says, how the fuck do I do this? There we go. Cool. So main one. Yeah, he might have book here, but this is just like, this is the punish. Like, you shouldn't summon them in attack position. He does have book. Okay, that makes sense. So, that being the case, what is it we do? We have to make Colossal. That's the only way. So we go Endmaster over 1 Red Eyes with Honest. Activate the effect. Go get Oracle of the Sun. And defense position, right? Yep. Main phase 2, we can make Colossal Fighter. And it's actually a pretty good Colossal Fighter because it's 2,900, I believe. I need it to be a little bit bigger than that. How large is it? It's just 2,900. I need it to be at least 3,100, but it's not going to happen. That way he can't, like, White Knight plus Drago run it over. Because next turn he can go, like, Red Med, Special White Knight, normal summon Drago, and then just run over the Colossal Fighter and OTK me. So he can't bring out Totem Dragon because he controls a monster. So by sending 2 Totem Dragons there doesn't make a lot of sense unless he already has White Knight in hand. So what he should do is he should flip that special to White Knight. He should have sent either a Drago or a White Knight, whichever one he didn't have, because he knows that if I resolve an 8-star Synchro, yeah, that Book of Moon was good though. That was definitely good. Tough matchup. I'm not going to lie. This is probably one of the hardest matchups for the Assault Mode deck. Okay, he's going to special summon out Totem Dragon. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm going to be honest. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense why you would summon this. Unless you have another Red Med in your hands. But that doesn't do anything here. Next turn, he gets 5-headed Dragon. So 5-headed Dragon plus Drago does beat the Colossal Fighter that we have now. Just going to set it back row. Okay. Well, I don't know. We didn't draw our sideboard cards. Oh my fucking god. Flamvell Magician, bro. Can you not? Yeah, I have to run over the Red Eyes. If he has Deep Prison, then he has Deep Prison, but there's nothing I can do. Yeah, alright, we'll just go next. We'll just go next. Because it's only a matter of time. Like, he should have just sent Drago there. We should have lost that game, functionally, is what I'm saying. Going first, I do like having 2 Dust Tornadoes. It looks like he's pretty all-in on the Future Fusion game. I think having double Iron Wall is, like, probably fine. I'll just run it like this. Yeah, this makes the most sense. We could also side Bottomless. But I have Iron Wall in, so that's stupid. It's either side Iron Wall or side Bottomless for Drago. We didn't draw Assault Mode Activate once in the first 2 games, which is pretty crazy considering we play 6. It's pretty unlucky. I can't believe we conceded game 1. We should have lost this match 2-0, basically, is what happened. Like, we should have lost the first game because of, because he should have just, like, recognized that that was not lethal. And then he should have lost we should have lost the second game because he should have just sent Drago. We drew Assault Mode guy again, and this time things are a lot worse. I want to summon this, but we risk playing into Brain Control, but I just have to do it. Then I have to set mine, set Starlight Road, so that if he storms me, I have Road. I have Honest to defend my guy, and now he's in play under Bottomless, which is kind of a big deal. Issue is if he has DD Warrior Lady. So if he copied my DD Warrior Lady list, like, you should have 4 copies of that card. And DD Warrior Lady here clears. So, yeah, and if DD Warrior Lady comes down, we fucking lose. Like, we just outright lose. So we got Gold Sark for Future again, very consistent. Very consistently having that. Set monster is very interesting. That could be set Wyvern. That could be a set Mask Dragon. That could be a set Exploder Dragon. There's a lot of things it could be. But I'm for sure just going to mind control the set monster. Especially because we drew another Chaos End. So, yeah, we're just going to mind control the set monster and see what happens. Think here, definitely a Solemn or a Compulsory. Those are the options. You don't have other options. Okay, Mask Dragon. So it is Mask Dragon. I'm going to flip summon it and see what happens. Think on the summon. Do you want to solemn your own Mask Dragon? Seems a little silly. I'm going to be honest. It seems a little silly. I'm going to use my Flamvell Magician here. I'm going to normal summon this guy. And make a 7-star. I'm just going to make a Black Rose and not blow up the field. I just want to deal damage. So that's what we're going to do. Our game plan this game is just rush damage because we don't have Assault Mode activate anyway. So making 8 stars is like fucking pointless. Alright, so Black Rose gets summoned. Battle phase. We'll attack for 1500. And then we'll attack for 24. This might get deprisoned. If you're the opponent, you should deprison the Chaos End Master, because it represents a scarier threat due to Honest. If you're thinking about what to deprison. That being said, they're not deprisoning anything. So that means that they have a Starlight Road, and that means that they have a Solemn Judgment. They've now taken 4100. This turn they risk taking even more if they don't have another monster to commit. And we can pretty much just play at our leisure. That being said, I probably should have been scared of Torrential and Solemn being the 2 cards. Wow, Instant Fusion's great. I think I'm going to summon Chaos End Master first and just see what happens. Because he could totally, like, we could make an 8-star here. I'm not sure what 8-star would be worth making. I think we make Stardust, honestly. He probably Solemn Stardust. We should be using the... Is there a Plant Synchro? We should be using that because of Black Rose, but... Or not Synchro, Plant Fusion. So... Yeah, we could also go Bronic. Bronic is a bit more forcing. I kind of like Bronic here, actually. We'll go Dragoness. Plus it gets another warrior in the graveyard, so... 3 warriors in the grave, potentially, for our... Colossal Fighter in the future, which is probably what I'm going to end up making if I get access to an 8-star. I'm going to summon Bronic. Thonk on the Bronic. Mariner makes sense too because it is a warrior for Colossal. Using priority? Yes. Target monster. I think that's pretty safe. This is not a guaranteed kill. Okay, Chain Bottomless. That's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. Okay. And now we have damage. 1500. I could have made Starbucks Dragon, but I think this is better. 2400. Probably thinking Deprison here. Deprison on the Black Rose. Just to not take that damage and put them into honest range. Or Book of Moon, potentially. I'm not really sure what they're thinking, though. Book of Moon? Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So we have to set our Black Rose. This is going to be a challenging one. I don't think we're going to be able to win this shit. I'm going to be honest. He had a lot of really good back row. Envase, Typhoon, the Starlight Road. Okay. That makes sense. So, no Solemn. Interesting. He was thinking about Book of Moon. That's what he was thinking about. So our play to summon the Magician was good. He could have booked his own Mask Dragon to retain it, but that obviously isn't very good into an active Chaos End Master. So, yeah, here we are. Future Fusion going to send the Works, I'm assuming. I wonder if he understands to send Drago this time. He has potentially one more back row. I think he would have set additional back row if he had it. But maybe not. Just maybe not. We're actually, like, stealing games with this deck because people don't know how to play versus it. Like, that's literally it. I don't think this deck should be winning anything realistically, because like too much has to go right for Fire Dog and Chaos End Master to connect. Whereas like with it's like very functionally playing a Gladiator Beast deck, except instead of our Chariot Lock, we're going for the Assault Mode activate, which is much harder to pull off than the Chariot Lock. So we're like functionally playing a Gladiator Beast deck. That's 4 monsters. Still needs to send a 5th. It's really funny that they're thinking this hard. There's the Drago. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So what they can do is they can go like summon guy, special Drago, attack Chaos End with Red Eyes, and even if I have Honest, okay, there's the Wyvern normal. That needs a Red Med banish here. If you don't banish for Red Med here, then this is not a good play. There it is. Okay, so there's Red Med. Red Med activates, brings out Drago. This is actually really good because Red Med can run over the Chaos End. That's good. And then if I Honest it, I still don't even get a special summon a guy from my deck because he has Drago in play. And then he can Drago run over the Black Rose, and the Chaos End can't get over the Drago as long as he has a Dragon to reveal. So this is the situation we're in. Red Eye should definitely be the one to attack Chaos End. If he attacks Chaos End with Drago, that is actually a throw. Yes. So I think the opponent's playing this like reasonably well. Might have wanted to. Okay, Soul Taker. That's crushing. That's not a good card in general, but it definitely is working out well for the opponent here. They're not going to be able to retain their Drago, which makes sense why they're shotgunning the Soul Taker now. End phase, they lose the Drago. We need to top deck our 3rd Chaos End Master, or we lose, basically. And we did not, so we can Heavy Storm, and we can survive 1 turn. He can bring out the Drago, and if he doesn't draw a monster, then we have 1 more turn to draw our Chaos End Master. But if he drew the monster, lethal monster. GG's. GG's. Well played. Well played. That last game, I think he played this last game very well. I think that was clean. Okay. Good stuff. Yeah, so my thoughts and my reflections on this deck, I think it's very bad. I'm going to be honest. I think the Flamvell cards are unholy garbage. I think if you're going to play this deck, you have to play the Rescue Cat engine. I think Flamvell Fire Dog does not work with this deck at all. There's no way to really force this through. There's no really way to guarantee that your opponent's going to summon a monster weaker than 1900 and then have no back row to stop you. Like, you pretty much have to draw a sweeper, and your opponent has to have a weak monster in play for this card to do anything. And you're adding 6 cards to your deck that don't do anything unless you have a very specific situation set up that Chaos End Master already instigates. So what I'd like to see from this deck is, like, the way I played it in the past was I did not play this card. I did not play this card. I did not play this card or these cards. I played this. Summoner Monk. Played one of these. Did not play Gorz either, by the way. Rescue Cat. Played one of these. Airbellum. Played 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Easy clap. Book of Moon. Played a couple of these. These were very good. You have to up your spell count for Summoner Monk. I played, I can't remember what else I played. I probably have it in here. Let me just find it. Let me just find my list, because this is much better. It's much more proactive. You can get actually a lot more turn 1 Stardust Dragons with Assault Mode without having to use your battle phase, which is something that the deck is definitely weakened by. Let me see if I have the list in here. I probably do. This might not be the list. Hold on. This is a variation on it. This is not it. Hold on. Hold, everybody. Hold. This is the list. So we have Sanguine Defined Monk, and then we have Avarice. And Avarice is good because you can, theoretically, you can discard your cards, like, I was playing Flame Swordsman. Man, I was also some crack shit with this extra deck. You probably need to play Fusionist. But yeah, Avarice is good, because it's like a card you can pitch to Monk, and then it's a card you can do whatever. This Mirror Wall should be a 3rd Assault Mode activate. And it should just be like full Assault Mode. Like this. And you could also even make an argument to play an Arcanite Assault Mode in here, because you can make Arcanite so easily with like Monk Spell. But that's just kind of like a meme. I think you're really only ever going for Stardust when you go for that stuff. But Arcanite Assault Mode isn't bad. it's not a bad inclusion in here. It's just an additional brick that you have to concern yourself with. And Avarice, I'm not sure why I had Avarice. There was a reason for it. I also do like Rhoda over Chaos End Master. I don't know why, just because it thins your deck, and it's a spell that you can pitch to Monk. Sangan to find Monk. Sangan can also find you Oracle the Sun. So it can find you a level 5, or it can find you level 3s, or it can find you Honest. I think it's very good in this type of deck. This is the list that I was playing. Disregard the sideboard. I've never used this in like a serious tournament, so the sideboard is a meme. But this is the list I would recommend playing. I would not recommend playing Flamvell Fire Dog in this list, especially without Book of Moon. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next vid. Peace.